What's good, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Washington Commanders, the aftermath, when we do a recap of the game that was. I'm here with a special guest, Mr. Coach Couchman in the house. What's going on, brother?
Good man, here another after another, the Commanders lost, but I'm here,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. So before we get started, I'm going ahead and hit that intro for us.
After the game, it's the aftermath. Win or lose, we still wave our commander's flag. Riding with Wentz under center, making the pass. Jahan Dotson, young rookie, making a splash. That burgundy and gold, that's what we about. Jonathan Allen knocking QBs to the ground. We die hard and nobody can shut us down. Cause this is the greatest show in town. Let's go. Go, 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 go.
All right, we back. All right. So as I stated in the intro, the Washington Commanders went into overtime yesterday against the how about to say 76ers, Lord. the Philadelphia Eagles in a really good, entertaining game, to say the least. But there was a lot of questionable stuff that we could go over, especially the catch, no catch on Terry. My opinion, it was a catch. But coach, give me your assessment of the game. Start with the good, and then we'll segment into the bad.
I think when you look at from the good standpoint, I was definitely was positive of what the offense was able to do, especially considering the fact of last week's performance of Sam Howell. You see, he was able to kind of get himself back together. Had a pretty good game. I mean, 29 for 41, 290 yards and a touchdown. I love his presence in the pocket. He definitely did some quick release throws. He only got sacked 4 times in this game, especially compared to a vaunted Eagles defensive line. So I definitely thought that was kudos to him for making those plays. When you look at and it just shows you, like, and that's one thing I've told people from the jump about Sam Howell. He's gonna have games like Buffalo, but he's a tough kid. He's even killed. Even you look at that final drive, no emotion, just came up there stone faced and he got the job done. So to me, I know a lot of people, we was talking about this last week. I know a lot of people lost confidence in Sam Howell, but hey, he was due for this one. And I definitely like what he did is there as well. And defensively, I kind of like some what they did a little bit. They was able to get some pressure to Jalen Hurts, I think, so I was really more impressed with the play of Sam Howell for sure.
Yeah. I mean, that's very, very valid, because I think what they went into that Buffalo game, they definitely felt like, okay, we have to change some stuff. Sam got the ball out. He got it. I mean, he got it to Terry. He got it to Jahan. Even though Jahan dropped some that he should have normally catch, I think he had hurt his ankle a little bit in that game. But then, on the final drive in the regulation, he did caught the initial touchdown. I think Curtis Samuels had a decent game as well. Plus, if you look at Brian Robinson, he had another productive game. I would have loved to see him run the ball more. But Sam Howell did come in there. He showed poise. The first 2 drives, he got us down there. Touchdown. And that kind of like put the Eagles on alert, because a lot of people think that, well, Washington going to Philadelphia, or Philadelphia is this powerful team. But people don't realize we play Philly. We play them tough all the time. There's hardly ever been a blowout unless, our team was a good. You go back to last year, yeah, they sacked us, but 7 times? but at the same time, we was able to overcome that to stay in the game somewhat to make it look. Philly doesn't even put up a lot of points on us. So
Yeah.
I definitely love what Sam Howell did. The offensive line played, stood up a pretty fairly throughout the game. Not bad, not too bad. Like I said, the wide receivers did good. Logan Thomas came in, caught another awesome catch down in the red zone. He almost got his clock clean again. I don't even. Me personally, I'll get into that later in the segment about how they should be trying to hit these tight ends, because it seems like everybody's going high on them. But we do got to talk about the bad. So, as much as good that Sam Howell got us in a winning area and everything, I still think that there's some things that we still need to clean up, especially on the defense side of the ball. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and take this one and tell me what your initial bad of the game was.
I think the play calling. I mean, you look at especially. I think the one that really stood out was the final play where the decision between kicking a field goal to go to overtime or go for two. Didn't like Ron Rivera's response on that, where he said, well, this team was just tired. They, this and the third. But to me, I look at that situation where were they able to even catch a breath after going to overtime, getting that coin flip, and actually getting the ball back again, which that's one of those where you got to question that, especially, and the only reason why I would question it in a sense because he has his moniker by the name of Riverboat Ron, and he's usually that's how he gets his name, by taking these type of gutsy calls. And I think that's where I look at it from that standpoint, that he should have definitely went for two. And even if he failed on that, but hey, that still showed guts that, hey, I'm just gonna go forward and do what I gotta do. Defensively, I think the situation and not necessarily it's a bad, it's a good thing. I'll put it this way: it in paper, what you seen on Sunday is a bad thing, but I think it's gonna be a good thing. May not be for October 29th, but maybe just down the road, when we play Philly again or what have you.
Yeah, I agree.
They play with Emmanuel Forbes. Oh, I'm bad. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I think with that one, but I think anybody was gonna get that on AJ Brown. But I do like the fact that, hey, he's gonna get his back. So I think it's a learning experience. And I think I more so don't like how everybody criticized that move to have him on AJ Brown. Every dog gonna have his day. He had his day, but he gonna bounce back. And I love how he was going back and forth and John with AJ Brown. And I love it. To me, he won't scared. And that's one thing I'm telling you. I keep telling people, Baltimore, no. You get in that kid face, guess what? He fight back. Just because he looked like 150 pounds soaking wet. Oh, but he a dog. Oh, he'll get you. Don't let that size fool you. That's X-ray is hard. It's a dog in there.
Yeah. I one thing that I picked up on today, because I was on Twitter, that he was really upset about that double move that he gave that touchdown when they went up 31-24 in that game. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I've been one of the ones. I wasn't criticizing him for being on AJ Brown, but I think that keeping him on him throughout the whole game and not giving him no help or changing the scheme, especially when you see AJ Brown start to get off. Because if you look at the game, I would have put him on Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith didn't do anything. If you go back to last year, you could have put Benjamin St. Jude's on AJ Brown. AJ Brown he didn't have a game like that with St. Jude's on him last year. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I would have been comfortable with more of. I wanted to see Devontae and Manuel Forrest because they played against each other in college. That's the matchup I wanted. I wanted to see how Forrest really took that challenge on, and I think Forrest really probably wanted that challenge, but they put him on a guy that's bigger and stronger. Granted, now Forbes almost had 2 interceptions in that game. You know what I'm saying? The one that AJ had to jumped over his back to knock down because he had that in his hand. The one that he almost knocked out of Devontae Smith's hand, he just didn't jump up as high as Devontae Devontae made a heck of a catch, you know what I'm saying, to control that ball coming down. I wasn't like critical of, you know, of Emmanuel Forbes, you know, getting beat and stuff like that. I was kind of like ticked off about how Ron Rivera didn't get him no help. When you see this guy was getting outmanned, even though you wanted to leave him out there, but you had a chance to win this game. This game was right in for the taking. All you had to do is mix some coverage. If you look at it, AJ was going across the middle on those slants, you know what I'm saying, across the middle. Our linebackers was nowhere to be found. Cody Barton just is like really, he's not a coverage guy. Jamin Davis had a decent game. Cody Barton literally was celebrating a half a sack when there was a fumble on the ground that we could have got that could like helped us or seal that moment for us. So I'm not picking on Emmanuel Forbes. I think he has heart. I think he could rebound just like Sam Howell rebound from a bad game. I think he's going to rebound from a bad game. There's been times that, yeah, you want to put him on it. You got to think not Sam Howell, but Emmanuel Forbes had to go up against Stephon Diggs last week. Then you going against AJ Brown this week. You're probably going to have to be on Moore this coming Thursday. You look at all the teams on the schedule, he's going to have to play a lot of these guys, these top receivers. He's going to have some good games and he's going to have some bad games, like Sam Howell, like you just alluded to. But I still feel like Jack Del Rio's defensive scheme is not helping this defense. And that's my biggest flaw of it. Coach, if you heard me at work today, I was going off all day long about this team. Because I get Forbes as a rookie. I'm not disputing that. But I don't like that some of our fans and some of the people that I talk to be so passive about losing. You know what I'm saying? We've been losing so long. You got to be critical of your team. We want them to win, but when you see something that's bad, say it's bad. Say, oh well, you know, we got a game on Thursday. I don't care about that game Thursday. I was caring about more beating our in-conference rival than anything else. And I feel like Jack Del Rio defensive scheme hurt our offense output to win the game. If that makes any sense, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's just my analogy from it. You know, I mean, I guess I might be too emotional or, you know, too critical, but I think because I love this team so much, I want to see this team win. I think we is too talented to be wasted on everything. You know what I'm saying? We're too talented to be wasted on everything. So I feel at one point, overall that if we don't correct these things on defense, because you got to think, our secondary wasn't bad last year.
Yeah.
It seemed like this defense has regressed a little bit. And it's like now that you got the offense that catch up with the defense, now the defense seems like it can't even get right. So I don't know. Personally, I think I would like to see Khalid Hudson play.
Yeah, and that's one thing too, where you got 2 former linebackers, and that's literally our weakest spot in the defense.
Mm-hmm.
And it's bizarre to me. Like, I've always have said that. Like, it's the most weirdest thing. Like, and you can tell, like, we get gashed down the middle. And it's like there's no cover. I mean, that's we don't have the guys there, and that's the main issue.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Because you think about it, is that if you had the linebackers, even if you had one that cover, one to blitz, you could stop some of the running. Even though Swift didn't have a breakout game against us, he only had like 50-something yards. Then Jalen didn't run as much, you know what I'm saying? But you could have had somebody out to cover the middle of the field to keep some of that slant. Then you wouldn't have to have so much pressure on your secondary, and then the defensive line could really get after the quarterback like they need to. Once you rush that 4-man rush up there and they run up the middle, there ain't nothing there. One thing I take away from the Jets game last night, they secondary is aggressive. They front end is aggressive. Yep. They got linebackers aggressive. You see how Buffalo did us last week with their linebackers. We need linebackers that's going to complement the whole defense. If we had linebackers and the way our offense rolling, dude, to be honest with you, I don't think nobody would be able to stop us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing, yeah. And they even had, I don't know if you've seen that play where they dropped Chase in coverage. Did you see that play?
Yeah, I don't.
I was dumbfounded because, I was here, obviously I was, watching with a friend. She was like, well, where's Chase? Chase is in coverage. Like, Chase is in coverage. He's not on the line, my friend, but.
This is my thing. If you're going to do Chase like that, drop him a coverage, have an extra defensive lineman. Bring James Smith-Williams in. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or rotate both of them. Have one of them to chip somebody. You know what I'm saying? You can't if you have Chase out there and Chase's job is to rush the passer, you can't put him out there in pass coverage when you got somebody like AJ Brown. Even when Jalen Hurts was running, as fast as Chase is, he still couldn't catch up with Jalen Hurts, even though he forced Jalen Hurts to run out of bounds when somebody brought the play in. But I don't know they did that in the Buffalo game, dropped Chase in the pass coverage. I was like, what is y'all doing? You got extra linebackers on the field, on the sideline. Bring Khalid Hudson in there. You could easily have them play the middle or have somebody blitz or use Jamin Davis to blitz and have Khalid Hudson out there, vice versa. It's like I think this is what I feel. I think they went into this season trying to create turnovers and they forgetting the identity of the team. Yeah. And I think you got away from what worked last year. All you had to do is plug and play guys there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And let them roam around. If you let these guys roam around, I guarantee you get better defensive output than what you getting right now. Exactly. You can't, and to be honest, I mean Fuller is our top guy, but you gotta have Benjamin St. Jude or Fuller on these top receivers. Allow Forbes to play in and out. You know what I'm saying? Let him play in and out. Don't leave him a whole game out there and everything like that. Yeah, I don't think did Percy Butler play yesterday?
I don't know.
Because every time Percy came in the game, from week one, he almost had an interception down the middle. He was the one he was supposed to be that Buffalo nickel guy that roams that middle. Every time he played, every game I saw him play, he almost had an interception in that middle. And I don't know why they used him yesterday if he didn't play, because that would have slowed some of that AJ Brown across the middle up.
No, he ain't play. He had no snaps.
All right, but we're gonna continue on. I'm gonna bring Koo in and let him get his little victory dance in here and everything. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? Ain't no victory dance today, man. Ain't no victory dance. We won, but that's about it.
I got my brother from another, Mr. Cool in the house. He's the Eagles elite and a diehard Eagles fan, and I want to get his take today about his overtime win against the Commanders.
We survived against the Commanders. That was pathetic. That was disappointing to watch. I am in several, group chats with other Eagles fans, and the consensus I got, which I completely agree with, is that's one of the worst wins I've ever seen the Philadelphia Eagles have. There's still a huge donut in the middle. Play calling is atrocious on offense. Oh, we don't run the ball against the Commanders. We just don't even run the ball. The total amount of runs we had in this game. So I'm not saying my thing is attempts, right? Sometimes some games you get the big yards, you break the big plays. Some games you don't. My thing is attempts. This was not a game that had a lot of attempts at running the ball. We had, I believe, 14 for Swift. We had, I believe, 4 for Gainwell, and then Hurts had, I believe, 9. That's not a lot of run plays, and the Hurts run plays are not called runs. There's nothing else, so I've got to run the ball. So my first complaint is the play calling on offense. It was better last week. There were times it was good in this game, but we forgot that we need to lean on the run in divisional games. So Hurts was able to protect the ball yesterday, but when you put a guy in a situation where he's throwing the ball as much as Hurts threw the ball, you're opening yourself up to saying, hey, interceptions can happen, right? 37 attempts for Hurts. If we're talking 37 attempts, but we're talking 15 to 20 carries for Swift, really more on the 20 side, we're talking 10 to 12 carries for Gainwell, then I'm okay if we got 37 attempts. But when you're talking 37 attempts throwing the ball, and between the two running backs, you don't even have 20 attempts. That's a problem, right? We're supposed to be a two-dimensional team. We're supposed to have one of the best lines in the league. And yeah, we lost our left guard, who's actually the backup center. Tyler Steen never saw the field. Steen is the guy we drafted to be that left guard of the future. So why isn't he playing? Why we got another guy in that don't even play left guard? That's the kind of stuff I'm looking at. Like, we're winning games, but again, I said this last year, and I'll say it any time. I'm not the guy that's gonna get in here and be like, "Oh, we won the game, so there's no problem because we did enough to win." Rah, rah, rah. No, our goal is not to beat the Commanders in Week 4, and that's our Super Bowl. Our goal is to try to get back to where we got to last year. The way plays are being called now, the way execution is going on defense on a whole, that's not going to happen. I mean, we don't let other teams run the ball on us that much, right? But that doesn't mean that we don't run the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
And y'all had more running tips than we did.
Actually, I don't understand why we didn't keep running the ball with Brian Robinson. That he's the bell cow.
He had the same amount of carries as DeAndre Swift.
So
both offensive coordinators were stupid.
And remember what we said when we was talking about this last week when we was all on, and we was talking, and I told y'all this was going to be a passing game because I thought they was going to both run, but they switched it up and both teams started passing the ball. You know what I'm saying? It's like they did enough in the first half. Then they said, okay, all right, the second half we're going to just see who's going to make the most plays through the air. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I didn't get it. And I was telling Coach just a few minutes ago, my problem was the same issues that you having with the Eagles are the same issues I'm having with the Commanders. The same thing. You get blitzed by Buffalo last week. We always play Philly tough. But at the same time, you had them dead to right. And you let A.J. Brown go off for 170-something yards out of nowhere, that's a problem. That's not go ahead.
I was gonna say, what killed me? Speaking of A.J. Brown, that second touchdown. So I was also watching my daughter play soccer, right? So I got my phone in my hand. When he threw that touchdown pass, they were celebrating. I was about to throw my phone on the ground and start cursing. I don't need to curse like that. Because I understood, why? You left almost 2 minutes on the clock, and you got a big hole in the middle of your secondary, right there where the safeties and linebackers are at. Y'all talking about linebackers early. The best linebacker we got ain't playing, and he ain't playing next week either. He's not. He can't come back to week 6. He's on IR for at least 4 weeks, and that's Nakobe Dean. So until we get him back, we're stringing together guys to play linebacker, and then we do have Blankenship, but he doesn't really have a good counterpart at safety. They don't play Sidney Brown. They don't play Keely Ringo. They don't play Ricks. So three guys, Eli Ricks. So three guys that I feel like should be getting some time on the field. Don't even see the field. Why are they active if you're not going to play them? If you're not going to play them, bring somebody else up that you're going to play. Find somebody to play. If you don't believe in them guys, it's fine. Don't have them active on game days. Find guys who we can use and let's have them active. We're supposed to be deep. Defensive line, deep as I don't know, is all outdoors. You talk about linebacker and safety, man, we about paper thin. You know what I'm saying? Corner, there's guys, but they don't use them, so we paper thin there too. And then a lot of people were talking about the fact that Darius Slay isn't playing as well as he was. Let me say something, man. If you watch all the Eagles games, you know there comes times in the season where a guy that's more seasoned doesn't always play his best. That's why you get other guys that you actually can play, right? That's why Keely Ringo's his backup. Why isn't Keely Ringo seeing the field? Eli Ricks. We got all these corners just sitting on the side while you're complaining about the guys that's in the game. So like I said, we won, but, normally we win. You know me, I got something to say. I'm like, yeah, you fly. I'm like, hey, we're lucky that we won this game. I'll be the first to say it. Anybody who doesn't agree with me, that's fine. You have your opinions, but I watched the entire game, and I went back and watched part of it today, and I can tell you we're lucky to win that game because we did everything we could to give y'all that game. Y'all did everything y'all could to give us the game. We both took sections of the game and said, oh, we ain't going to play right now. Y'all just do y'all thing.
Exactly.
Right? And it just so happened that we were able to get a stop in overtime and then go get and kick a field goal because it won't going to be a touchdown. Exactly. The only touchdowns that we're doing right now is those big plays when we shouldn't be scoring yet.
Yeah.
Time management. You got to know time management, man. You got to tell Jalen, hey, Jalen, don't make that play, bro. AJ going to be open. Don't make that throw. Go underneath, get 5 or 10 yards, get a first down, run the clock down, just get in field goal range, just kick a field goal and go home. If y'all had scored a touchdown on that first drive in overtime, we never would have got the ball back. You know what I'm saying? And the way our defense is playing, that was a 50-50 chance that was going to happen. So, too close in week 4. Yeah. And I know people say, oh, you got to get a team so many weeks. How many weeks are we supposed to give our teams? We're supposed to wait till week 10? When are we supposed to start saying, y'all need to start playing better? Like when?
Exactly.
Hold on for 1 second. Y'all go ahead, fellas. I'll be right back.
Yeah. And appreciate that taunting penalty on that play to give us in good field position to get us to go to overtime. But yeah, and I was like, and I was glad. I was crazy because I was like, y'all were gonna stop us. In my personal opinion, I figured like y'all gonna run the clock down because I think we only had like 2 timeouts left after the 2 minutes. I was like thinking to myself, one, yeah, we had 1, and I'm like, all y'all had to do was get a first down, and you essentially Jake Elliott would have, he would have did his thing. But I was like, when he scored, I was like, thank God we got an opportunity because I definitely did not think we would get that ball back. After that, but yeah, crazy how that happened.
Yeah, so I think that for the most part that when you see things like this in the game, like I know like Darius Slay, he's every time he's matched up against Terry, he usually Terry used to get the best of him. I think I kind of wish they had gave Terry some more looks with that matchup. Now I don't know. Now the one in overtime with him stepping on the guy's foot and he showed that he was in and out. I was playing with this all day because it was a close-up picture. I think his foot was in. But nevertheless, we never get them kind of calls, so we
don't either. I was sitting there laughing. Like one of us getting called. Somebody got to get one.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Me personally, I think that we have to do a better job of executing. And I think that's what it comes down to, because regardless of us playing the Eagles tough, last year was last year, but this year is different. Even though the Eagles is not being as explosive, but I guarantee you some point in time through the season, they're going to find their rhythm. We going to have to find our rhythm early. We cannot wait till late in the season, try to figure things out. We got to take advantage of all the little things that are needed not just, we having a good game here and there and, all these moral victories. We just can't have them because the fact of the matter, at the end of the day, is going to determine if we going to go to the playoffs or not. The one crucial thing, I swear. Sometimes Ron Rivera, you make me want to fly to DC so bad and get him. The same comment he made last year about not knowing we was in the playoffs. He said a comment today and say, "Oh, we didn't want to go for 2 because we was tired."
Yeah,
bro. If you in the NFL, there's tiring. If you want to load manage and coach somebody, then you need to go to the NBA and coach them with the load management being tired. Go ahead.
No. If you done, I got you.
So I'm saying to say this. Whether we had got the 2-point conversion or not, but we have shown that we could score in the red zone against Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? So why not took that chance? You could have used any kind of formation. Sam Howell you could have spread everybody out. You could have ran, what's the guy name? Brian Robinson. No, not Antonio Gibson. He can't even hold on to a sweet toss.
Curtis Samuel had a nice
run.
Yeah,
that's what I said. Yeah, that's all. He did perfect.
Yeah, you could that jet sweep. You could use that again. There was so many different formations. I'm not buying him being tired.
And we could have did the tush push.
Exactly.
I mean, and that's the thing and we talked about it a little earlier, and I guess we can expand on it a little bit, but that's a part of me is like, you're on the road. They gave you a gift. You had 5 seconds left on the play. You had 1 second left and you converted. All you needed was 2 yards to win this football game. And you decided they're tired. And that's where it's like, you can't make that excuse, because so you thought it was more advantageous for them to catch their win in a sense, but have them back on the field. That makes 0 sense for them to march all the way down the field, because at that point you had to score again. Mm-hmm. So what do you think? What do you think gonna make? You think they're gonna be even? You think they got a second win after a 5-minute breather? No, like and that's the thing. And like you said, I think the key thing with Washington, like, there's got to be a sense of urgency now, because you think to yourself, you got the Giants coming up on the 22nd, and then you got then we got Philly back again on the 29th. You're gonna have to win. At least you're gonna have to win those games, because you cannot fall to 0-3 in the NFC East when the clock strikes November, when you got Dallas twice, and then you got the Giants coming up a few weeks after November.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are the opportunities where we can probably look at this game and think to ourselves in December, like, damn, if we would have won this football game, we could be in the contention in the playoffs. This stuff matters.
Exactly. I totally agree with you on that 100%, because the fact of the matter is, even though the Bears, Falcons ain't playing good, doing games can sneak us.
Yeah.
Giants, they're going to be competitive. That's another division, right? That's competitors. We should have swept them last year. We tied them, and then the rest was history from that point. Then we got the Eagles again, which I'm hoping that the Eagles stay undefeated by the time we play them at home. I'm sorry. Look at here. I got blood in my mouth, bro. Yeah. And I'm just telling you, I feel that they're gonna play y'all differently. They know we let a game get away, and I think Forbes gonna play much better. I think that second time around might be a very low scoring game. It might not be as the high scoring that we did predict, because we didn't even. I said 27-24. I ain't expected no.
I said 34, just not 34-31.
Yeah.
I know, right?
And Diva said 31-10. So she was way off. So I think the next time we play, I think it's going to be really a grind out game. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be one of them games that it's going to be a tug of war. It's going to be it's going to have to take turnovers to change the course of that game. But like you said, Couch, Washington has to do their job. Philly's going to continue to do their job. We can't worry about them. You know what I'm saying? They're going to play in games that they struggle, but they're going to find ways to win. That's how we have to play. We still got to find ways to win. Sam Howell played an amazing game yesterday. I give him A+ on that. I give the offense, I think Eric Bieniemy found a way to now get him to get the ball out of his hand quicker. But I swear, if Andrew Wiley don't get off that field, we're going to have issues.
And he ain't got no excuse. He know the system like the back of his hand. He was doing that little spinning stuff in Kansas City last year, but he don't know how. All of a sudden he regressed in Washington.
Yeah, he don't know what's going on, and to me, I feel like that just shows that side of the line he's on is bad. You're gonna have to do something to fix that side because Sam got sacked 5 times, not 4, but he got sacked 5 times. We sacked Jalen Hurts 3 times, but that's 24 sacks total in 4 games. Now we went through the games pretty much. The game yesterday pretty much without him being sacked. But then when the sacks started coming along, we started getting negative yardage, and then we end up punting. And I'm not even gonna get into Trustway, who made the Pro Bowl last year as a special teamer, and you punting 30-something yards just to get Philly good field position. The one thing that I watched when Philly played, I watched them where they're very methodical. They're a patient team, very patient. They're not going to throw 100 times like Patrick Mahomes do and everything like that. So hold on, we got another special guest coming on. Hello, Miss Diva. How you doing?
Oh no!
What's going on? Like invite the whole squad. Yeah.
Well, I didn't have your contact information, so Cool just hit me in the chat, and I say you is more than welcome to come on. I'll never exclude you. You're more than welcome to come on and join the party.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I gotta come on and talk about this game. I can't wait till Wednesday now. It's too long.
Oh yeah. So since you on, we all those done recap. You go ahead and give me your assessment of the game.
Y'all did what y'all was supposed to do. To be honest, play calling on both ends was garbage. I ain't seen the defense look like that in a while. I was like, Desai, bruh, you're not even adjusting at all in a lot of the plays. I really wasn't expecting our team to be that lackadaisical on offense or defense, especially on defense. I'm kind of used to the Brian Johnson calls, but that defense scared me a lot. Like, I know we had that donut hole in the middle, but that secondary looked like garbage. Yeah. But I mean, y'all did what y'all supposed to do, and it's crazy because
they found Josh Jobe.
Yeah, they found Josh Jobe. But it seemed like, y'all always come out and figure us out, man. Like, y'all be exposing us, man. I need y'all to stop that now. It's not fair.
That's why when we was on last week, that's why I was so confident in the game. And then I gave my prediction, you gave yours. I said, I was like, ain't gonna be no another blowout. I think Buffalo hurt our pride really bad, and we felt like we needed to come and redeem ourselves. And when you talk about y'all secondary, I was looking for AJ Brown to go for 250 yards receiving yesterday. I was like, there ain't no way in the world that you don't make a defense adjustment scheme. I like Forbes, and I think he's going to be fine. But when you see him just constantly getting abused out there, you have to either send some safety help on that side to help him out or move him around. You know what I'm saying? St. Jude's would have been a
to the choir, sir. You are preaching to the choir.
You know what I'm saying? You could have had St. Jude's would have been the perfect person to at least help slow up some of that. You didn't do it. And we was in a tug of war. Both teams was in a tug of war. Washington took the momentum in the first quarter. Then Philly took the momentum from the second to the third. Then it took all the way down to the last few seconds of the fourth quarter where AJ did a double move. Yeah, double move to give up that play. I was hoping we hold for a field goal and then we got the ball and, we got the ball, but we had to come down and suck every inch of the field and the clock just to get it on 4th and 5 by Jahan, who dropped so many passes yesterday and finally made the one that really count. So overall, man, I just think that, like I was telling Couch Diva before you came in, is that Washington still has to figure out how to close games. Games like this, if we don't seen it so many times in the NFL where teams win by 1 point, or lose by 1 point, and then can't put it all together. They had a recipe to put it together. How long it's going to take, we don't have that long a time. Because the way, as weak as the NFC is right now, the two top teams right now is Philly and San Francisco. I am not even counting Dallas because they got a cupcake schedule. You know what I'm saying? And it took the Arizona Cardinals to expose who they are. So, but for who's going to be the 4th and 15 to step out of it? Seattle looks pretty decent so far. Detroit's looking pretty decent.
I'm about to say, the 4th team, you got the only team out in my mind you can consider right now is Detroit.
Yeah. And then they're getting Jameson Williams back this week.
Oof.
So that's about to be ugly.
Yeah.
So, but unless that are y'all, Cool and Diva, are y'all, I know y'all not too happy with the performance. Do y'all think, who y'all have this week coming up?
The Rams.
Ooh.
Cheap plug, pregame show, 3 p.m. Eagles Elite Podcast at eagleselitepodcast.com. YouTube.com/Eagles Elite Podcast. That's what I was trying to say.
Y'all think y'all gonna have something for Puka?
Man, I don't even know.
If we're gonna have something for him, it depends on if it work or not. Or if we could just say, you know what, Puka, get your 150. You don't never score touchdowns anyway, so you can get your 150, but you ain't getting in the end zone, and we're gonna have to outscore you. I don't know.
Yesterday
every week is questionable.
Yeah, yesterday he had 9 receptions for 163 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, I know.
So,
my fantasy team. He saved my fantasy. He saved my fantasy cheeks last week.
Well,
I forgot to play David.
Well,
I didn't know David Montgomery was going to be active, so I didn't play him.
Yeah.
So Puka saved my cheeks.
So Couch, let me ask you a question. What do you expect for the Commanders to do going into this Thursday night game? Because this is a short turnaround for us.
I think they got to set the tone. Especially both two teams are coming off of losses in heartbreaking fashion. Obviously, so they got to set the tone. And this is one of the things where I know people look at all the Bears are this, that, and the third. I'm not gonna do it. Everybody try to be Rodney Harrison when it comes to the Bears, but they're still a legit team. And we think about it last year. We struggled with Justin Fields. But luckily, obviously we'll have Carson Wentz on the center this week. This week against in this matchup.
That's a big difference.
So right. So that's one thing too where I think we had to establish the tone early. Because you look at what Justin Fields did yesterday was incredible. Like it's to a point where he had an opportunity and had a double-digit lead against the Denver Broncos and almost almost beat them. So they have to come out strong and fire. This can't be a game like we did last year where we kind of pretty much toyed with them and got to a point where if it wanted for a fumble punt, we would probably lost that football game, So, and this team is hungry for a win. They haven't won almost in a calendar year.
Yeah.
So, this is I would say like it ain't college, but it's a low key trap game. It's like an upset alert type of game. So, we got to set the tone early. And no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I just want to say one thing about this game y'all got Thursday. Sam Howell, you hear this before that game Thursday.
Mhm.
I'm gonna need you to come out and play better against the Bears than you did against us. Justin Herbert's on bye this week, so you're up. You're playing the Bears, so statistically, I'm gonna need you to show up. You know what I'm saying?
You must be got him
So-
on your fantasy.
Yes, sir. So make sure you show up.
Yeah, we got you.
We got you. We
I
got
think
you.
we got you. We got you.
After we get off tonight, I'll make a call up there and talk to
appreciate
Sam.
it.
I like it. Look at
I'm gonna
Sam.
need 302 touchdowns, Sam.
3 tubs. We got you three tubs.
Yeah.
If he can give me 302 TDs, I'd be good. If you want to go for 3, even better. And Terry,
I know, right?
at some point, I'm gonna need you to show up, my guy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep you in that starting lineup. I'm trying.
He getting there,
but you got to work with me. You got to work with me.
He getting there. I think. They start hitting him a lot in that game against the Eagles. So I think he's due for it now. Almost like an AJ Brown type, where he essentially was being quiet. And that's one thing too, where you look at it, he was due for this type of game. And I think Terry's due for a game like this, maybe Thursday night or coming down in the future.
Thursday would be great. Sam,
he gave me 22 points yesterday, and I didn't even have him in the lineup, and I was mad.
Dang.
And I'm right now. I need 26 points to beat my opponent. And right now, the Giants and Seattle is playing defensive struggle, and I got Kenneth Walker, so I need Kenneth Walker to give me 90 yards and 2 touchdowns.
I got Walker too.
So, I think you get that.
Well, I'm praying because I can't stay up all night just to wait for it because I'm undefeated right now, and and me and another guy is undefeated, so I'm trying to keep pace with him until 2 weeks we play each other. So it's rough. But all in all, I think from that game yesterday, I was kind of glad that Jalen, we kind of kept Jalen, in the pocket a little bit. I was kind of worried about Swift going off. I think that's one of the things because he's been going off for the last couple of games, and I was like, I really don't need him like lighting us up in the run game really bad because that would have I think we would have been demoralized. We wouldn't have even recovered from that, So, but I know Chase, he had 1 sack, and I didn't understand why we didn't run a safety blitz, a corner blitz again, or try to run another stunt blitz to, move Jalen a little bit more where he didn't have time. Because when he did have time in the pocket, I mean, he find AJ Brown. Now the one that Forbes was on, Devontae Smith, I think that was a perfect catch and defend because you couldn't do nothing with it. And I wanted that. I was Diva. I was telling Couch, I wanted that matchup more so than the other one because I know how strong AJ is. Y'all might have to get him drug tested again.
He already been drug tested. He was drug tested the day of the game, boy. But been that.
I was like, this dude. I mean, to me, I think he's bigger than DK Metcalf. Metcalf big, but he just muscular, man. Just muscular. And I'm sure Tennessee is kicking their tail right now for letting that guy go. I mean, so, but all in all, man, AJ is a man among boys. He's a tall Debo Samuels. I mean, so that's another thing I think for us with Curtis Samuels when he got that jet sweep for a touchdown. I think they should have used him more.
Well, I mean, yeah, because y'all was balling with him because secondary was, I don't know where they was at. They was, I don't know. I don't know where the secondary was at, period.
They won the game.
On the field.
Huh?
You know what happened? The secondary forgot that we had a game yesterday.
So
They thought we played tonight. They forgot we had a game yesterday. That had to be what happened.
Yeah. I honestly, I think Thursday's night's game for the Commanders is a must win. I said that all day. I said, somebody said, some of my Commander fans outside that I talked to, I don't know. I think they want me to start drinking again or something because their analogy just don't add up because I'm very critical in the team, and sometimes I go hard. I was literally going hard about them all day, especially Ron Rivera comments, Jack Del Rio, nonchalant defensive scheme. you got one of the most talented defenses out there, and you cannot play to their strength. You're not playing to their strength at all. It doesn't matter who you have at corner or, I mean, even if we drafted Christian Gonzalez, it's probably been the same way. He wasn't being used properly. These guys, to me, I feel like they're not being used to their strength as well as they should to do the things that necessarily how the 49ers, how the Eagles, how the Cowboys at times, play, but if you trying to be one of the best defenses in the league, then I mean, look at the Jets. Look what they did to Patrick Mahomes last night. Nearly upset him. That defense was aggressive. That secondary is legit fast.
Yeah.
And if Aaron Rodgers probably was 2 years younger, I would say they would had a chance to go to the Super Bowl in that division because that defense would have carried them. Their offense looked decent for the first time since he was injured, but it just you gotta have to have a really great defense to complement with your defensive line and linebacker play for everything to work well. Because if one section is off, the whole defense is going to be shot. It'll hold up for a little bit, but when you play teams like, say, Buffalo, Kansas City that got high power offenses, it's going to get it exposed. So, and so I still think Washington still got a shot to make the playoffs, but I think they're coming on slowly. I said this: if they catch fire in these next 3 games, go on a winning streak, and be like 5-2 before we play y'all again, and regardless of what happens in that game, I think Washington will be in a better place because I think everything should be clicking for them going down the line. Especially when you got New England who don't know what quarterback they playing with.
Whack and cheese.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, and it's just, and I just don't understand how the Cowboys got these easy schedules, and then, and look at Tampa Bay. Even though Tampa Bay lost to the Eagles last week, but they 3-1.
Yeah, but they almost won against the Eagles. What you talking about, bro?
Yeah, that's true.
That's
too.
every week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true too. So I mean, Baker Mayfield looking like a second coming of whoever right now.
He ain't right home this year. That's what he ain't right.
He ain't right. He ain't right back either.
Back.
So
He's
Geno Smith for this year.
Yeah, he ain't right back.
Yeah.
Baker. His back against the wall. He can play, but don't get him on them commercials and 4-5 commercials. Then we're gonna have a little problem.
Oh yeah,
Don't give him too aggressive of a pass rush for a whole entire game either, because he ain't ready for that yet either.
Oh no,
exactly.
I think nobody ready for that. Facts.
Nobody's definitely ready for that. So, but y'all got the Rams. That's probably gonna be a pretty tough game for y'all. We got Chicago, so
every game is a tough game for us, sir. Everyone.
It's the league.
Yeah,
it's my play calling.
Yeah, that's it.
I think to me the reason why I wanted this game so much because all of us would have been tied for first with 3-1 records, and I was like, it literally hit me today at work, and I was like, man, if we had won, everybody would have been 3-1. I was like,
first place.
Yeah, tied for first.
Yeah. If we ain't have Jake Elliott, I don't know what we would be. If Jake to save the day, Jake to won these last few games.
And that lame defensive line, because Reddick got his first sack finally this week.
Mm-hmm.
Once he got that cast off his hand. Crazy how you get a cast off your hand and then you start getting sacks, right?
Yeah. Morrow was a beast.
Morrow had a monster.
3 of them things. Yeah, 3 of them things.
One where he came through that joint like Wolverine, like I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Blankenship saved us. That arms. Boy, I tell you, Blankenship.
And then Morrow got burnt twice. So I'm like,
yeah.
We're not gonna talk about somebody get burnt because Slay, bruh.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Bruh.
Ummy. That was a 2-on-2 crime.
Man, Slate should have been benched yesterday. That I love, but he should have been benched yesterday. The way he was playing off the man. Listen, got burnt so many times. I stopped counting.
Yeah,
I can't do it. Like for real.
I
mean, she ain't. What does Snowman say? Find a lie. Find a lie.
Yeah.
Get burnt.
But hey,
do you think there was points in the season where we had the nerve to say we was gonna put Josh Jobe and Darius Slay as the top 2 corners, as outside corners?
Where's Eli Ricks? Why is Eli Ricks not
playing?
Do you
understand that if we did that, we would not be 4-0. We might be over 4.
I need for Ballberry to go back to his position.
I need Steen to just stay in as the left guard. Period.
Yeah.
Let's leave him in. There should be no one else playing when which color got hurt. Steen should have been the one to come in. The fact that he wasn't, I was not happy about. And the lineup was not the same.
Nope.
So we gotta have the right people in the right places too on that line, because the line is big for Hurts, because you have receivers that sometimes need a second or two to work the ball to get open. And if you look at the Eagles, one of the things I've noticed is they have a lot of routes that break. So you have a route where you can take the inside route or you can go outside, right? You can go short or you can go deep. So you need a second as a quarterback to make sure which way they're breaking before you get rid of the ball. Mm-hmm. If everything's quick slants and up and outs and in and outs and, play action deeps one way or the other way, or things is going that way, that's fine. But when you have guys that are running these option routes, which I see a lot of A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith run a lot of option routes, you can't just throw. You have to make sure you see which way they're going first. So you've got to have a time for that, and you don't have the time for that if the left guard is getting blown off the ball and everybody else is holding up.
That's why he got stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen got stuck so many times yesterday. It wasn't even funny.
Yeah, because it was like there was just a door right there, a matador standing there. Supposed to be the left guard, just a matador. Ole! What you doing? Now, I mean, I'm not trying to say Josh don't have no pass rush or whatever, but I'm just saying, well, there's a guy that's the equivalent of what we had at offensive guard was a backup tight end blocking Hassan Reddick in the NFC Championship game, and we know what happened in that game. That's all I'm saying.
Like
that's
that.
That's not
like the last 2 minutes where Jalen saw them coming. He was like, "They coming," and we like, "Jalen, they coming," and boy just blew right on through and just tackled Jalen. Like, ain't nobody gonna pick up the block. Like y'all ain't like, boy.
Jalen, hey, look, when you see him get up every time, whatever angle, he was always looking at the left side of the line. He was like,
came right on through. Like, ain't nobody stop, no nothing. I'm just like, y'all ain't see my boy. Like, he was already set. You saw him coming, so ain't nobody gonna pick up that block. I mean, I'm just.
They had my man over there. They had my man over there with a matador playing left guard. Ole! I'm like, bro, no, these are not bulls. You're supposed to block it. You're supposed to block it.
Well, in 4 weeks we play y'all again, so
I'll be in the building. And I'll be there in the building. Already got the room, already got the ticket. I'll be there.
Yeah, I wanted to be there, but I think I'm going to the Atlanta game when they come to play Atlanta. So
see, that's smart because it's close.
Yeah, so I was like, trust me, that 7-hour drive, I had to gear up for that 7-hour drive. That's a little rough for me.
Yeah, I got about five-ish from Charlotte. About 5.
Well, this man right here don't like to drive nowhere. He always want to take a flight. He want to catch flights like it ain't nothing.
Oh no, this is a drive. We drive.
Oh, you driving this time? Because I know.
No, I always drive. No, I always drive to DC, but Philly, I'm flying. DC, I'll drive, but Philly, nah. Extra 3 hours. No, I'll pay for the plane ticket. Get that.
Facts.
So therefore, I'm sure that I'll probably be on y'all's side of the podcast when that time comes again.
Oh yeah,
and definitely I'll bring y'all back again on my show. So win, lose, or draw, it's all love. So, but this time I hope a better outcome. Because look at here. I was on the edge of my seat. Especially when Jahan got that touchdown, I was like, oh Lord. I think we about to win this. I was about to lose.
Facts.
When AJ caught that ball, I was so mad.
I was so mad. Like,
I
why
saw the
we
throw, I
ain't
was
run the
like,
clock down?
Why?
Right.
You see the defense ain't holding. Why? And him and Jay just celebrating. Yeah. I'm like,
bruh.
Clock.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
But my thing is, why when you running the ball, like we got away from running the ball, man. Why are you throwing all these passes down the field?
18 runs besides Hurts's non-scripted runs. The running backs ran 18 times. That is not a key for success for the Philadelphia Eagles with Devontae Swift back there. Or Devontae, but you know what happened?
What happened?
Matador. That's what happened. That's why we're talking about Matador. Ole.
That's what the Eagles do. They abandon the run, honey. They don't have no. They don't believe in the run. I'm telling you. We've been doing that since Andy Reid, honey.
Tyler Steen.
Andy Reid is famous not wanting to run the ball. So,
but it's been a Philadelphia disease since then. It ain't changed. With none of the coaches.
Disease.
Yeah, right? It's a disease. Philadelphia disease.
So I'm going with Diva. I'm gonna start with you from the bottom and then go around. Tell everybody where they could find you at.
You can find me at on Wednesdays at Be Elite #Be Elite Eagles Podcast. Always. You can find me on Twitter at CMCobb1. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram. You can find me on any major streaming platform. I have my own podcast called Black Light Mass Incarceration Show.
All right. Mr. Cool.
Monday, Tuesday, Friday nights. You can find me on playcallsportstalk.com/live. Monday is Monarchs of Wrestling. Tuesday is the NFL Matchup Madness. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of the teams covered. Still looking for some people for a couple of teams because we had some people that committed but then decided they never was going to show up. It happens. It happens. Wednesday, youtube.com/@Eagles Elite Podcast. Like Diva said, we're joined by the man Wyatt. And, we're going to have Key in the building on this week, talking Eagles. We're going to be reviewing this game. We're going to be previewing the Rams game. Saturday, NFC Beast, of course. These two gentlemen above me should be there. We'll see.
Yeah,
I do be petty like that, y'all. I'll be honest, y'all. I be petty like that. I can't help myself.
Just let me know. I'll show up.
I'll show up too. Shoot.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
And then on Sunday this week, and most games this season, pre-game, 3 p.m., we're going to go about 45 minutes to an hour. We're just going to talk about all the matchup, everything with this Rams game, just right before the game. When we do the show on Wednesday, we don't have all the information about who's going to play in last depth charts for both teams, all that kind of stuff. We dig into that stuff on Sunday before the game. So come check us out for that. We didn't get to do that for the Commanders game, but it's okay. We'll be back in your area this week. Make sure you're there. For following me, YouTube, I got my own page, Cool McCain. Follow me there. Facebook, Cool McCain.
Twitter,
X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, Cool McCain. IG at Cool_McCain. I had just at Cool McCain, but there was an issue. IG just decided they didn't want me to be on that page no more, so I just put an underscore in the middle, started over. It's all good. But yeah, so those are some of the places where you can find me. There are more, but I ain't trying to take up all these people time, so we'll stop there.
All right, Mr. Couch, you next.
Yeah, so pretty much on Wednesdays, catch me on my podcast, Couch Coach Live. Social media, pretty much at Couch Coach Live. So we broadcast live on our Facebook page, Twitter, X, and also YouTube. So pretty much Couch Coach Live, Wednesdays, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Then on Thursdays, you got Commanders in the Chat. My Commander-centric podcast every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Commanders ITC on social media. Also, I'm NFC Beast. Catch me on there with Cool, the brothers, and all us on there, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And that is on my Couch Coach Live X page, Twitter page. Then also I'm a contributor to on NFL matchup madness. I got it right this time. I said I'm gonna say NFL March Madness. So it'd be like that. Yeah, so
I think you're doing too much. You got
right. So, and I'm gonna contribute on there as well. So you catch me. You'll catch me actually Tuesday tomorrow because we actually in prime time for the first time in like forever. So it's very rare you'll see me on a live one, but I also do previews and recaps for the play callers on the March the matchup madness. I go again. So you definitely catch me on there as well.
All right,
preview and watch Commanders weeks. Yeah, I know.
All right, well, and you can always catch me here on YouTube, LiveWire Sports Media. On Mondays, you can catch me on Washington Commanders, The Aftermath, always recapping everything Washington Commanders. Tuesday, my Miami Hurricane show, Canes on the Daily, where I recap everything Miami Hurricanes. And you could, from time to time, you can catch me on Eagles Elite, when we all meet. That's pretty good. And then you could catch me on NFC Beats. I'm getting like cool. I'm in coach, so now I can't even talk.
Right.
Because I got so much going on, so I'm gonna have to.
It's a Commanders thing.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
I'm gonna have to make a list right here when I'm on live, so I can run down everything.
Bruh,
so I can look.
listen, I'm gonna just run me
Right.
one on there. I'm just gonna make me a graphic and just throw it up there.
I know, right?
Yep.
And
yes.
And you can find me on X, Twitter. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook always. Also Saturday mornings for college football showdown. Definitely be doing that. But like I said, I'm always around no matter what. Oh, also, you could catch some of my contributor writing for Regal's Rags, where I also write for the Washington Commanders as well.
All
So with that being said, this was a great show. Thank y'all, Eagles, for coming on. I appreciate it. I'll definitely be looking for some of y'all work and be supporting y'all shows as well, keeping more formal contact. From myself, Diva, Pool, Couch, y'all be blessed and have a great night.
Y'all stay safe.
Fly Eagles fly.